Hi everyone! Today, I'll walk you through the CLI-based route finder application. This app helps us find the routes of mathematical function using 6 different numerical methods. It's written in Python and works through the terminal. We begin by importing the libraries we need. First is NumPy, which help us handle numerical calculations like arrays and math functions. Then Pandas, which we'll use to display the iteration tables in a net format. Next, we bring in Matplotlib, which we'll use to plot the graph of the function. Then we use SymPy, which allows user to type in a math expressions as a string, and we can turn that into a function using symbol. CPPy, LabDPy, and therefore for the derivative. Next, we import the different route finding methods from separate files inside a method folder. Each method is organized in its own Python file like graphical.py or bisection.py, and we import them here so we can use them later in the program. This function is called welcome page. When the app starts, it prints a welcome message and instructions. It explains that this app helps you find routes of functions. The instructions show how to input a function, choose an interval, and select methods. It then waits for the user to press enter to continue. This function is called input page. It asks the user to enter a function file like x times 2 minus 4. Then it asks for the interval start and end points where we want to search for routes. After that, it chooses a list of 6 methods with numbers. The user can type something like 1, 3, 5 to select multiple methods. We convert those numbers to actual methods named like graphical or bisection using a list and return all this info. This function is called result page. It starts by turning the user string into a real mathematical expressions using SymPy. Then we create 2 functions, one for the original function and one for its derivative using LabDPy. We do this because Newton-Raphson needs the derivative. Then we define the interval as a truth called xRange. After that, we prepare a dictionary called method functions that maps methods names to the actual function. If the method is Newton-Raphson, we pass both f and df, the derivative. For the rest, we just pass the function and the interval. We now look through each selected method. For each one, we call the function get the routes and get the iteration data frame. If routes were found, we format and print them. We also create a graph using Matplotlib to show the function and plot any routes with red dots. Now, we plot the graph. We create x values, compute y values, and then plot the function. We use axline to show the x-axis. If route axis, we place red dots on them. Then we add titles and labels before showing the plot. After the graph, we ask the user if they want to see the iteration table. If they say yes by typing Y, we print the iteration table using Pandas. Finally, we start the program by calling welcome page. Then we enter a loop where we keep solving function until the user says no. Inside the loop, we call input page and result page. With the user's choices, if the user says no, at the end, we print goodbye and stop. We'll go through each method line by line, explaining what the code does in simple terms so it's easy to follow. Whether you're working with polynomial equation or more complex mathematical function, this method, graphical, incremental search, bisection, regular fallacy, Newton-Raphson, and second method, offer different strategies to get accurate approximation of the roots. Let's begin by breaking down the code behind each method, starting with bisection method. This is the code we start off importing the pandas library, which we'll use later to create a table of result. This defines the bisection method function. It takes a function f, a range of x values, a tolerance level for accuracy, and the maximum number of iterations. We unpack the x range into a and b, then evaluate the function at those endpoints. We also prepare an empty list to store each iteration's data. If the function values at a and b don't have opposite size, there's no root in that interval, so we exit early. Now, we start looping for a maximum number of iterations. In each iterations, we find the midpoints c, evaluate the function at c, and add the current values to our table. If the function values at c is close to 0 or the interval is small enough, we consider the root found. We convert our table into a data frame and return the root at the table. Depending on the sign of f, open parenthesis c and close parenthesis, we update the interval to continue the bisection process. If the loop ends without finding a root, we return none with the data frame of attempts. This incremental method. We import pandas against for tabular results, and then we define the incremental method. It takes the function f, a search range, and a small step size bx, and then we assign the start and end values of the interval and prepare a list to log the values. And then we use a while loop to move through the interval. We evaluate the function at the current point and the next one and record the value of x, open parenthesis, x 0 close parenthesis. And then if there are sign change, it means a root is between x 0 and x0 plus dx. And then we estimate the root at the midpoint and return it along with the data frame. If there's no root yet, we move to the next step. And then if no root is found, we return none at the table. This is graphical method. We import NumPy for numerical operations and pandas for tables. And then we define the graphical method. It takes a function, a range, and a number of simple points to plot. And then we generate 200 evenly spaced x values, then evaluate the function at each point. And then we create a data frame to show the function values across the interval. And then we set up a loop to scan the y values and detect sign changes. And then if two neighboring points have different signs and neither is NEN, there's likely a root. And we estimate the root using linear interpolations and store it. And then we return the list of roots on the table. This is regula falsi method. We import pandas again. And then we define the regula falsi method, which is similar to bisection but uses a better formula. And then we extract endpoints and evaluate function values. And then if there's no sign changes, we exit early. And then start the iteration loop. Then we compute C using the regula falsi formula, evaluate F open parenthesis C close parenthesis, and lock the data. If the result is close enough to 0, we return the root. And then we update the interval based on the sign of F open parenthesis C close parenthesis. If it didn't converge, we return none on the iteration table. This is Newton-Raphson method. Again, we use pandas for logging result. And then we define the Newton-Raphson method. It needs both f and its derivative df. And then we start from the midpoint of the range. In each iteration, we calculate f open parenthesis x close parenthesis and its derivative, then log them. And then if the derivative is 0, we stop to avoid division errors. And then we compute the next guess using the Newton-Raphson formula. And then if the change is small enough, we found the root. And then otherwise update x and continue. If no convergence, return none. This is the second method. Once more, we import pandas. And then we define the second method, which doesn't need a derivative. And then we take the initial two guesses. And then we evaluate the function at the two latest guesses. And then if the denominator becomes 0, we stop. And then we compute the next guess using the second formula and log the values. And then if the guess is close enough, we return it. And then we update the guesses and repeat. And if no root is found, return none. And that's all 6 methods of root finder. Thank you. Bye-bye.